Alright, so people asked me for a little bit more of Train Sim, so here we are going to continue this scenario. We're on the Union Pacific once again. Some people asked me to... okay, people are loading. Good. Let's get out of here then. People asked me to continue on with some more Train Sims, so we're going to go ahead and do that right now. And what we're going to do is... we are... why aren't we going anywhere? We're going to go ahead and continue this scenario. Hopefully, we can start moving. There we go. So we're going to finish this scenario here. It's a 30-minute scenario, if memory serves. That's what it's supposed to be, at least. So we're going to see what we can do and hopefully get some decent points here. We shall see, actually. Yeah, a lot of people are actually... I was genuinely surprised at the reaction from people. A lot of people were like, yeah, very positive reaction. So hey, I'm down for it. Encouraged me to play this game. I haven't actually played it a crazy amount, but I do love trains, so I don't mind checking it out and playing a little bit with it. So, is the grading increasing here? It looks like it is. So we got 45 kilometers an hour, 45 miles an hour. I should see if I could change that. Doesn't really matter that much, but let's put it up to 50% because we're behind schedule now. Now, some people are saying that there is like the points are calculated at the end, so you may have been late one place but early another place, so your points may adjust based on that. So I'll have to hopefully we get a good score at the end. This is a one of the career episode, or one of the career points or career scenarios. There we go. Now, someone was saying that if you, like, I don't have, apparently I only have like the upgraded version, but this is like one of the old scenarios from Train Sim. It's not actually one of the new scenarios. I would actually have to rebuy the game in order to get the new scenarios with the game as it is right now, which is kind of interesting. So maybe I'll keep an eye out for a Steam sale on the Christmas sale if they have one. So that will be kind of interesting. Let's go full power here. There we go. We want to speed up, not slow down. Yeah, so apparently this is... I didn't realize that. I know they upgraded the game itself, so I guess what they did is they upgraded the core game, but not all the scenarios that come with it, so... that's the reason why, of course, we are... I guess we're playing one of the... I guess this is an old version. I don't know what... this might have been in 2012 or 2013. I don't know for sure. But, that's fine. I'm down for that. A little bit of a drive-by here. I do like these little shots here. I don't know why. They just look so awesome. Now, apparently this train's from the 1970s, according to what the scenario says. This particular type of train was from the 1970s, and they were doing some work with it, I suppose. I don't think I can read this scenario. I'd have to go back. I don't want to load the scenario again. But that's what they mentioned in the starting of the scenarios from the 1970s. I didn't get a chance to read the rest of it, but it's pretty cool nonetheless. I haven't seen any. Where are that? I guess that's our points right now, minus 154. Oh, we're gonna start speeding here. Watch this. Are we gonna get past there before we start speeding? I think you have to go to 46 before you start speeding. I think we're gonna pass that. Oh, that was so close. Jeez. Normally when I travel, actually, I love taking the train. Yeah, I would rather take the train any day of the week. But sometimes the train's just a wee bit more expensive than taking the bus sometimes, or taking other forms of transport. So it just depends. If I have the choice and I'm willing to spend a little bit of extra money, I'll take the train every single time, because the train is a much nicer ride, and you get to see some countryside, look out the window and whatnot. So like that's one of the really nice things about traveling on the train. Like, if you're traveling via, let's say, bus, all you're going to see is, like, you might see, depending on where you're going, I suppose. If you're going to, like, a major city, like maybe Montreal, Toronto, Calgary, Winnipeg. Well, maybe not Calgary, Winnipeg. I don't know, but in Ontario, let's say, if you're traveling one of the major cities, like, let's say Toronto is, like, the biggest city in Ontario, if you're traveling there by bus, all you're going to see is highway most of the way. But if you're traveling to like a smaller town, of course, you're probably going to see a little bit more a little bit more of the countryside, but with a train you're guaranteed to see the countryside up until a point at least, because they tend to choose slightly they choose the route accordingly, let's say that. Alright, so we're still increasing speed, albeit a little bit slower, because the incline is still increasing. Or I guess this is the grade, a 1.2% incline. So, hopefully, we'll be able to maintain our speed. Because I want to try and get to the next destination fast. Is it 4? No, it wasn't 4. Was it 5? No. 3? 3? Nope. Oh, there it is. So we need to arrive by 16:04, so we have about a 12-minute journey, roughly. Well, according to what this is. So we'll see what happens here. So coming up to the next task. Now, this was supposed to be like, this is like a medium... Oh, there it is. In the late 1970s, and the F7 on the line is doing one of its last runs down the Colorado Springs, perform passenger stops based on a timetable. That's kind of cool. I guess this is one of the medium activities because it's based on a timetable. So let's drop this down to 75% so we don't start speeding here. Or 50%. Oh, we're speeding. There we go. Oh, 75% or 60%. Let's see, because we want to try and maintain like a nice... No, I don't want to speed. Maybe 30% will be sufficient then, I don't know. Because, like, okay, the grade's declining. Or not declining, but it's still, No, we need a bit more speed than that. This is probably the hardest part about driving a train. Is trying to figure out what's, like, the optimal amount of, like, power to put towards to put down, I guess. Because, like, in a car, you just put cruise control on, and some trains do have cruise control. As I discussed last time with Squirrel, he was driving a crazy, I think it was a Chinese train, and it had cruise control on it, which I thought was the cat's pajamas. So we're still increasing speed. Oh no, decreasing. So let's go to 75%. That's probably a safe bet right there. The incline is 1.2% again, so... Alright. 52.8 miles an hour, 52.7, so we're still... interesting. I guess because what happened there is the grade just decreased just a tinsy-wincy bit, just enough for us to start speeding. And now if I put the speed up to 100% again, I could probably do 80% maybe? 80%? Sometimes it'd be nice to have a manual... more of an analog control for this, because then like it wouldn't be like, it seems like when you put the, I've discovered at least, when you try to increase the speed a little bit, you can't just increase it by small amounts. It's a bit odd. At least that's what I found, at least. Okay, 45 kilometers coming up there. Okay, so our next stop is, I guess, somewhere after this point here. So what we'll do is we'll go 100% up until this next point here, and then we'll drop it down to 50% and maybe not. I don't know. I've never driven a train in real life, so I'm not sure what the appropriate procedure would be in that context. I know ex-Ironbrew, actually, he was supposed to be a conductor at one point in time in his career. That's what he wanted to do, at least. But things didn't work out for him, unfortunately. But he does love this game because it allows him to... it does allow him to, you know, drive a train. And that's one of the reasons why simulators are so awesome, because it gives you the possibility of doing something you either A, would never want to do in real life, or B, just the opportunity to try it out at the very least. Like, I see trains like this quite often, actually. Especially like the GO trains in Ottawa. I don't know, GO trains, there's no GO trains in Ottawa. There's only GO trains in Toronto. In Toronto, you see GO trains. And they look similar to this, so it's pretty cool. All right, so here we're at 1.5% incline. All right, so if I drop, so we're actually slowing down right now. So let's drop it down to 60% or 50%. Let's just drop it down altogether. because the incline's going to slow us down. We're going to need to slow down more than that. Let's apply the brakes a little bit because we want to drop down to, there we go, that's probably good. Down to 45 miles an hour, and then we can adjust accordingly. Let's put it up to 25%. That's probably not going to increase our speed much. No, not this great. No, we can probably go a little bit higher. 4.0. Okay, we can go even higher than that. So we want to try and stay underneath 45 kilometers. 40, I keep saying 45 kilometers. Whatever. 45 speed. But I do like the sound of this engine. Oh, you can look around like in this view. I wasn't sure if you could. Very nice. Oh, we're actually maintaining a speed. This is good. So we can probably go just a wee bit faster than this. We want to try and arrive on time. Or early if possible. Mainly because we were late to the last spot. So let's see if we can't actually get on time this time. So, alright, so 41. So we're actually going just a wee... So 60% I think is where we were maintaining. So the grade is 0.8 now. So that's why we're able to increase speed so easily. So let's drop this down to 60... No, 50... Can do even less than that. 37. We're speeding again. There we go. 40, 40.9, 45. We could actually decrease even more. Holy cow. Do 30%. Because I don't want to go... Because basically what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to maintain, like... If I can stay on 45 kilometers an hour, that would be, you know, fantastic. But apparently my skills at train sim aren't elite enough to try and maintain that. Oh, I'm going to start speeding again. Watch this. Now, I don't know what would happen in that context. I don't know if they would leave the acceleration on and they would hit the brakes a little bit, or if they would decrease the acceleration. Like in... I guess in a car, for example, you would take the gas off and put a little bit of brake on, but I don't know. Oh, I'm speeding again. So I don't know if they would, what would be the way they would do it. So I can actually take this down to like 15 or 20% or 10% even. You want to apply the brakes a little bit. There we go. Yeah, I don't know what will be the appropriate way to do it. So this is a 0%. 0% incline, so that's really nice. That's the reason why we can actually maintain speed. Now we have a lot of speed behind us now, of course, so... I guess, are we going downhill now? No, uphill. Apply the brakes, yes, slow us down. Oh, it's a decline, that's why. I'm like, what's going on here? I'm like, why am I speeding up so easily? Now we're going too slow. Oh gosh, this is like the hardest part of this game. Like this is like, in this case, this train's easier to do that with than if you were using like a steam train, as far as I understand. Because like with the steam train, it's even worse. So now I can hear the engine increasing here. Good. Oh boy. Let's go back to this view. Beautiful countryside here, going through the hills. I don't know. Colorado Springs, I think they were in the... Set it to 5% because we don't want to increase our speed too much. We're actually increasing our speed without any... was it Colorado Springs? Yeah, wherever that is. How far away is it to the next point? 2.7 miles. Alright, so we need to apply the brakes, minimal reduction. Try and maintain our speed a little bit here because we're going downhill slightly. It's funny, I don't even have any of the gas on at all. Or throttle, I guess, would be the appropriate word in this context. More appropriate than gas. I don't know, a lot of the big trains we have here in Canada are a lot of the big trains we have are diesel. I think they're diesel electric. We have CN Rail here, which is Canadian National. And we also have CP Rail, I think, which is the Canadian Pacific. So depending on where you're going in Canada, you could either take one or the other. Can you apply the brakes at 5%? 5% or 8% would kind of be like an ideal. No, it wouldn't be. I don't know. It's trying to maintain the speed on these things. Jeez. But yeah, we have those are two big lines actually that we have here in Canada. Amtrak, of course, is where we have some connections with Amtrak in Montreal, I believe, where Amtrak goes down south to. Oh wow, that's a really big dip. Amtrak goes Montreal down to New York. And sorry, I was just looking at the speeds there and whatnot. So yeah, that's the big one we have here. So CN and CPCN, I think it is, are the big ones we have. So, if you ever want to watch an interesting television series about building the railway system, it's called Hell on Wheels. It's pretty decent, actually. And it's about the Union Pacific, actually, and their journey across America, actually, building the railway and whatnot. And they were competing with Union Pacific. I forget the other one now. Most of the show focuses on the Union Pacific. That's why I can't remember that one. But it's a really neat little show, actually. We're late again. Aww. And here I thought we'd actually be on time for this one, even after all my fiddling around with the speeds and whatnot. Darn, I thought we were going to be on time. Okay, so we should probably start thinking about applying 0.8 mile, I don't know. Let's put a minimal reduction on our speed here, and that might slow us down. I don't know how long it takes to slow down a moving train, actually. That might be something to think about. How long would it take to slow down a moving train? Probably a while. How far is that? 0.4. Half a mile. So we can probably increase the brakes a little bit more. What are they saying on the inside here? Can I understand what they're saying? No, we need to apply the brakes more. More. Where is the actual... Oh, it's up there. Okay. So we can probably coast into this spot right here. And... oh, of course. Just put just enough of throttle so we can maintain speed. Try to maintain speed through this little section here. And then slow down. Nice. That's a cool little view in that yard right there. Nice. Alright. Take the throttle off. I don't know if you actually have... I'm not sure if this little image right down here has to actually line up or something. I'm not sure if that's necessary or not. Okay. Let's apply those brakes. And of course, I'm going to overshoot it. Watch this. Oh no, that's not too bad actually. Not too bad at all. Alright, load and unload passengers. Where's that button? There we go. I don't know, is that the last thing we have to do? I think so. Pick up passengers from Monument 2. Okay. That's the last thing on the agenda, so we were 3 minutes late, unfortunately. We were supposed to arrive there at 16:07 and depart by 16:07. So we're still late. Darn. Well done. After passengers aboard, there were a few minutes to wait before the train continues. We have completed this leg of the journey. Nice. I don't know what that means now. Alright, so here's our score. We got total XP gain, 67 XP. I don't know if that's good or bad, honestly. Reason. Oh, that looks like that doesn't mean anything. Points. Title. I don't know what, those are all just dots. All right, folks. I guess that'll be it for me for today. That was the Transcontinental Link. There we go. Oh my goodness, Link and Castle Rock Railroad. And that'll be it for me for today. My name's Iain Robson. If you enjoyed yourself, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I'll catch you guys later.